to make sure. Yes.
And back up.
For downers.
Yeah. Good.
This is much harder.
I know, I'm sorry. And then down. Good. And then back up. If you need to use your hands, use your hands. It is Sunday morning, early. And then to the other side. And lowering. Good. And then back up. And this next one, guys, you're just going to lower down. Lie all the way down. Excuse me. And then lie all the way down on your back. Arms at your side. Reaching your legs. Let's just start with arm lift. So go ahead. Curl your head and shoulders up. Look towards your feet. And then see if you can reach those legs so far away, maybe they float up. And then see if you can hold there, ooh, and breathe. Just breathe. See if you need to maneuver the legs or if they're okay. And then all the way down. All right, so we're gonna go into the 100. Legs can change. You can take them wherever you need them to be today. Curl your head and shoulders up. Reach your arms. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale, keep pumping. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Nice. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You're halfway there. Keep reaching in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath in. Blow all that air out. Blow all the way down. All right. So we need to turn and maneuver around. Take your board away. Put it in the alley. Grab your strap. And place it at the crease in your ankles. Got it. And make sure it's really strong. And reach your arms back. As you reach your arms back, see if you can keep the connection of your body as if the arms are at your side. So don't let everything just play out. Think of an extension. Really reach. From here, pull into your strap. Curl your head up, look towards your feet. Rolling up where you can go today. Inhaling and exhaling all the way through. And just find a pace that works for you. Really pull into your strap. Reaching, think of arms and legs reaching as you take your back towards the wall behind you. Breathing all the way through, exhaling and inhaling. Nice. Good connection on your strap. So even if you lose that strap, still feel it pull, 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 pull. Great, and no grimacing. Just saying. There's no grimacing in Pilates.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put on Joker makeup next time.
Great. Last one, all the way up and down. Good. And then go ahead, bring the arms at your side, kick off your straps. Now we're going into the rollover. Janine knows where she goes. I'm sure Annette knows where she goes. Arms at your side. So keep the connection of your shoulders. Feel where your back of the head is on the mat. Keep that there. Don't let it shift around. Reach your legs so long they float up. We'll go up and over where you can. Opening, circling those legs. 3 in each direction. Good. And really think of that same push of those legs you did with your 100 and the length of it. Good. And remember to keep the arms long, then you reverse. Good, keep breathing again through this whole movement. Keeping the back of the head where it is. And just 3. Nice. And then of course, all the way down. And let's take the right leg under our strap. Just for a one leg circle again. So, Janine knows this, and we went over it. The keyhole leg, remember Janine? Yeah. So the leg that's under that strap, pull into it, lock it in its key, a little Kathy Grant for you today. Reach the other leg up. We're just gonna go right into our circles. You're going to take that leg, let the hip lift. You can go as big as you want, as long as that key on that leg on the floor stays. Shoulders stay pressing and even into your mat. I lost count. Let's do one more. And then reversing that direction. Go through. Good. Keep that key in the lock. Don't lock each other. One more. And then we'll switch those legs. So it's a lot of energy in that leg on the floor. Pull into your strap. Keep the reach of your leg like that key's in your heel and you've got to punch it into the lock. Take the leg across and circle back to the top. Inhale, exhale. Nice. Think about really reaching your arms, and then at the top, last one, you'll reverse the direction. Let the hip lift. Inhale, exhale. Good. Two more here. One more. And then go ahead, bring that leg down. Unhook both legs. And again, reach the arms back. Give it a nice length of your body. And then you're gonna roll up, pull your knees in, and find your ball position today for rolling back. Grab towards those ankles. Now, pull in as tight as you can and see if you can maintain and roll back to your shoulders and up. Nice. Inhale, just do what you gotta do. Try to keep the heels tucked close to your glute as much as possible. Look towards your belly. And again, no grimacing. Two more. I know, one more. And then hold there. Grab onto that right knee, pull it in as you roll back to your shoulders. We'll go into the one leg stretch and just switch. And really feel the pull of the leg that's coming toward you. Yeah, feel it in your hip. Reach the other leg, walk. Keep looking towards that leg. Good. Breathing normal. Do two more. Each leg. Nice. And then bring both knees in. Think you're at the bottom of your ball. Reach your arms, reach your legs, squeeze in, and exhale as you pull back in. Good, inhale, and challenge yourself. Feel like you're gonna teeter-totter up, but you don't. So think of that nice opposition of the arms and the legs. Think of the same roll-up you did earlier and your back was going towards the back wall, only now you're into that mat. One more. And then lay down, lengthen your legs. We'll roll up for spine stretch. Reaching the arms, feel that nice length again. Roll up. And then take the legs just wide. Hands on the floor. And I want you to just push into the mat and grow really tall. Feel your horseback on the reformer, like you're just reaching those legs so much that you're gonna float up. Keep that length as you then go into your spine stretch, reaching arms and legs, but taking your back towards the back wall, and then back up tall. Good. And keep thinking of the mat like a spring, like you're pushing it away, and really think of rounding your entire back from top to bottom. And again, two more, breathing through. And up, nice. One more. Keep reaching, 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 reaching those legs. Think of your keyhole legs again. And then all the way back up. And now I know you both can, so we'll transition into our rocker with open legs. So just roll back, lengthen those legs, catch, and try to balance. Hold where you need to. And you're both good where you are. Find your position. Roll back, and then try to see, can I balance back where I started? And then rolling back, inhale and exhale. And just think about what you gotta do. Keep reaching the legs. Keep thinking of the arms. Reaching in, nice. Looking towards your rocker as best you can. One more, and then balance at the top. Bring the legs back down the way you came. Good, and then legs together. And we'll roll all the way down for corkscrew. So you have two options. You can do the one where you go into the shoulder bridge or not. You can use your dowel or arms at your side. Whichever you decide. Make sure shoulders are down. Reach your legs long, take them up towards the sky.
Is that when you go up and then go down? Okay.
And then you're gonna go to the right first, circling around, all the way back to the center, and then rolling back down. Alternating those directions. Keep reaching the arms, keep reaching the legs. Think back to your one leg circle. The hip is moving around as you go, keeping that top leg as much as possible longer than that bottom leg. And last one. Keep reaching. Make sure you're even. And then bring those legs all the way down. Good. So from here, let's go ahead and roll you up for soft.
Nice long.
Yes. And yeah, I think we're good. We're staggered a bit. Arms out. Okay. So stay tall. Separate the legs.
And I was like, this doesn't feel right.
You jumped a little ahead to spine twist. Because you were going to do it.
Yeah, is it really?
Well, your legs are together and your arms are out here. Oh, yeah. So remember, we're just twisting. Let's just do the twist part first. Stay tall and just twist towards the refrigerator, just where you can, and then back to the center. So feel where your arms are in space. Think you're on a coat hanger. So as you twist, I'll get out of your way. Going to the other side. They stay as if they're on. Yes, nice, Janine. And then back to the center. Now we're gonna add this off, so twist where you can. Don't reach down. Think of reaching forward, and then back up and untwist. Twist towards the other side. Twist forward. Don't forget your spine stretches in here, so grow tall. Twist towards the other direction. Think arms and legs are reaching, but you're taking that spine again, just like your spine stretch towards that back wall. One more in this direction, just reaching forward, wherever that is for you. And then all the way back up, and bring the arms down, legs together, and we'll roll down. I can see a question coming later. Flip over for prone lift.
Look at this.
Saw, noted.
Yeah, nope,
I'm
saw.
asking.
You're who?
It's not making little notes.
Oh, okay. Reach your arms. I'm sure our notes are similar, as are Janine's and Annette's. Okay, so first, really think of your numbers for those that know the Kathy Grant work. Reach your legs long. Reach your arms long. Think of the hips pressing in. Lift your head. Press the hips in. Look forward. Maybe the chest lifts. Keep reaching the legs and arms, and then all the way back down. Good. Remember to breathe. Inhale as you're coming up, and think of your 100 lift. Think of reaching the legs away. Push in instead of lifting the legs up. Good. And do that again. Reach them so far away that maybe they float up. Maybe they don't. And keep reaching, and then all the way down. Nice. Now go up onto your elbows. Think elbows slightly forward of your shoulders and pull your chest through. Think of the hips pressing evenly where you can towards the mat. Legs are squeezing together. One leg kick, 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 good, and reach it long. Think about as much as possible, keeping the legs glued together. And the one that's not kicking is continuing to reach, just like I did for your lift. Good. And pay attention. See if you can keep things even in your elbows, through those hips. We'll do one more each leg so you're even. Everyone's on a different little path. And then head down. Forehead on the mat. Hands clasped behind. Think of your prone lift that you just did. Glue those legs together. Do your kicks. And then reach your arms, lengthen, let the head float up, chest, bring it back down as you exhale. Kick, kick, and reach. Nice. Think of arms reaching toward your feet. Head and chest lift. One more. Nice. And then bring yourself up for thigh stretch. And you can face this way, I think. Arms long. Janine's like,
I admit, we're not friends anymore.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know, the Tuesday's off.
yeah. Slight tilt of your pelvis.
Have a dental procedure.
Thigh stretch. You guys are doing good. Good. And think about your feet pressing into the mat as you push yourself back up. Just going where you can go. Even if visually you don't feel you're going further each time, just imagine you are. Inhale, going where you can go. Keeping that slight tuck. One more. Good. And then we'll spin around to grab our feet under our strap again. Neck pull.
Gosh, I'm popping.
I know, I heard that. Snap, crackle, pop this morning. Sunday Rice Krispie Day. Lie down, hands behind your head. Make sure it's at your ankles, that strap. Pull in really tight. Press the head into your hands. Keep it there no matter what. Pull into your strap. Think of that low ceiling as you roll under. Once you get to the top, do your little pull, and roll all the way down. Keep pulling into your strap. Keep the connection of the head into the hands. Good. And then all the way down. Next. Breathing through the whole movement. When it gets to a really hard part, you may find you hold your breath. See if you can keep breathing through that part. Last one. And then all the way down. And you can kick off your straps. All right, so we're going into bicycle and scissors. Arms are at your side. Go into your rollover. Lift where you can place your hands. Now, press your hips up towards the ceiling as your elbows push into the mat and just start your scissor legs wherever that is for you. Good. And really focus on the leg that's moving away from you. Think of your leg straps when you're on your Cadillac and really push into that leg strap. Good. And can each of you say your name without it sounding like you're choking to death?
Annette. Janine.
Okay. Now bicycle.
Is this a test?
It is a test. Making sure we're not on our neck, making sure we have a nice long, then reverse that bicycle. Just going where you can go in terms of that movement range, and then bring both legs together, arms at your sides, rolling down. And then bend your knees, hip width apart, and you can bring your heels as close as you can, as long as knees are happy, hips, everything's happy. Arms at your side. Feel where your head is on the mat, keep it there. Push into your feet to lift your hips up. Arms reaching long. See if you can push into your feet, maybe lift a little higher, and then rolling back down. Good, and then do that again. On this one, see if you can place your hand and cup them around the middle. Thumbs on the same side of your finger just for comfort. Then see if you can lengthen your right leg on the mat. See if you can kick that right leg 3 times. Keep pushing into the foot that's on the mat and pushing into those elbows. And then see if you can switch to the other leg. Good. Keep pushing into that foot. Keep those hips lifted. Just 3. Bring it back down. Arms at your sides and rolling all the way down. Good. Now lengthen your legs. Really reaching them away. Reach your arms back. Nice extension there. And then roll it up for spine twist. And we'll stagger again. She already staggered for you. All right, so grow really tall. Reach your arms like you're gonna touch with your fingertips each side of the walls, and reach your legs like you're trying to reach them through your tower and grow even taller. And then from there, we'll turn towards the refrigerator. Keep growing and lengthening tall and back to the center. Good, grow tall as you twist, maybe a little further, and then back to the center. Keep looking at your feet. Meaning, make sure they stay even. You may need to, as you rotate, reach that leg you're rotating towards a little further because it's gonna wanna shorten up because that hip's gonna wanna go with you. Good. Think you're pushing both feet evenly into a wall. One more so you're even. Good, and then bring it back to the center and let's go ahead, lie down for jackknife. And remember, you did your rollover, we did our scissors bicycle, you know your range. You're only gonna go where the arms stay nice and reached. Reached? Is that a word?
Yeah.
Reaching long. Head stays where it is. So we're only doing 3. Lengthen those legs into your rollover, wherever that is today. Jackknife those legs up, squeeze them together. Good. And then all the way where you can, and back up and over. Keep reaching, and then just jackknife where you can. Make sure your wrists are pressing into the mat, so you're only going where you can maintain the wrist pressing into the mat. You're only going where you can keep your head where it is and the reach of those legs. So it doesn't matter how big it is. That was 3. And then go ahead, we'll lie on our side. Hands behind your head. You're loving Annette right now, I know.
I just moved up her Christmas list. She's lucky. She's lucky I love her.
She's very lucky. Now, on this one, yes, the upper body can move for you, but think the hands behind your head or a little bit of counter rotation helps, so push into them. Reach that top leg up. Kick as far forward and as far back as you can, keeping your bottom leg in your keyhole. Keep pushing it in and keeping it locked. Think about your top leg, same thing. It's locked in its key. It's reaching, so at no point do you lose that leg in that key. Do one more, breathing through. And then bring both legs together and we'll flip to the other side. Good job. That was nice. All right, so firing the head into the hands and don't let that get lost. Keep that same push, you had a neck pull. Same keyholes, both legs are locked as you kick forward and back. Kathy Grant would be very proud of you both. And reach and back and reach. Nice. Good. Nice. Keep pushing in. Beautiful. Do 2 more. 1 more. And then you can bring both legs together and we'll flip over. We're not going to do the teaser prep because I know y'all know teaser and you're fine. So roll on your back. We're just going to go for it.
I think I'm going to take some consensus.
Did I?
And then
we need to take a
Ben, she wants to do the prep.
I think we had a discussion on who's the teacher.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
And it's not Annette.
Not today.
Not today.
Not today. Okay. Think of your 100 in the lift and reach you did of your legs. Reach it long. Roll up, let the chest come towards the legs, legs towards the torso, and then all the way down. Nice, beautiful. Do that again. Exhale, breathe all the way through. Good, try to touch those feet. Nice, and you just have 1 more. All the way up. Lengthen, squeeze those legs together, push them towards the, that was nice. And then all the way down. That was really good. Hip twist. You can use your dowel. You can be on your elbows. So think, it's your corkscrew. So before we start, feel the weight on both elbows evenly and try to maintain that the whole time. Bring the legs up where you can. Feel like you're pressing out of your elbows. Maintain that. Keep both legs together. Circle to the right, back to the center, and then switch. Good. Nice. Try not to watch your legs. Try to keep both elbows pushing evenly. Just 1 more each direction so that you're even. And then legs will come down and we'll flip over for swimming. Yeah, water. Because it's still humid and hot here in Houston.
Yeah.
Even though it's October. They keep promising a cold front, but
We almost broke a record yesterday.
yeah, we did break a record yesterday.
It was 94.
But there's no climate change.
I am too. It's like nothing's enough.
Sweater on and boots and be comfortable.
My boots are screaming to me. Okay. Reach both arms long. Reach both legs long. We're going right into it. Let the head float up. Press the hips down. See if the chest can come up a little higher. Keep looking forward. Keep lifting. Keep pressing the hips and just breathe normal. Good. Keep reaching the arms, reaching the legs. Keep breathing. Hips down and then very gently. Don't walk yourself down. Good. And then go ahead. Curl your toes under. Take your arms slightly forward of your shoulders and just push yourself up into what is your push-up position. Now, take your heels and reach them away like you're pressing them towards the floor. Lift up out of those arms. Take your right leg and just lengthen it away and bring it down and switch. So as you're doing these, focus on the leg that's on the mat. Keep it in its keyhole. Keep pressing that heel, reaching it away. Good, and one more so you're even on each side. And then you're gonna lower yourself down and flip over for our, oh, hello, Siri.
Did she say she'll speak softer?
She said, speak softer. I must be yelling.
She's
like, yeah, tone it down.
She says it's Sunday morning.
I'm still sleeping.
Does she do that to you often?
She does. I was talking to my husband the other day and she interrupted us.
He's like, will you quit yelling?
She's like, I agree. We're like, okay. Like, whatever. It's kind of a little freaky. All right. So think back to your hip twist. We're going to press into the arms. Push the legs away like you're pressing them into your foot bar. And then lowering back down. And you can maintain this or you can press up and add our leg kicks. So press into it. Reach the legs away. If you want to add one and then the other, you're alternating, you can. One more each side. And then you'll lower back down. Good. We'll stop with that. And then let's go ahead and kneel and face. We'll face a net wall over here.
You're doing really fast.
I told ya. Okay.
Little lady.
Make sure, because you got the tower at that end, so just make sure you have enough room for your arm and that you're maybe a little less than halfway.
Oh,
So, yeah, so we'll go towards this direction, my direction first. Find the floor, take your top leg. Now, feel the hand again into your head. Push your head into your hand the whole time. Kick forward and back. Think of what's coming next, which is your side bend. So think of lifting out of that arm, pushing into the leg that's on the mat, and pushing the head into your hands. Good. Inhale forward, exhale. Keep pushing into that strap. Keep that keyhole leg. Do two more. One more. And then with control, if you can come back. All right. Switch to the other side. Since you have two sides and not four, we're good. Find the leg out. Think of your side bend again. Kicking forward where you can and back. Press into the hand with the head. And really think of your leg locked into that block. Push it, reach it long. Good. Do two more here. One more. And then bring it back up. Good. And we're gonna do boomerang, so let's face this way, just so we don't have to deal with the tower and our legs. It's like, hey, boomerang, we're pretty close to the end.
You know we didn't do our...
Oh, side bend, sorry. Go.
See, it happens everybody.
Yes, yeah.
The only reason I remembered it
Is I just
because you
said it. I
referenced
just said it. I just said
and
it.
I hate it, so. Part of me was like, don't say anything, Ginny. I was just like, oh.
Yeah, side bend. Okay, so let's do the one prep, just so you can kind of figure out where you are in space if you need to. So think of the legs, you're gonna reach them away from you as you reach your head towards that wall. Arms glued to your side, and then come back down. If you need to adjust, you can. We'll go into the full side bend. We ready? So reaching up and over, look towards that arm. Come down, look towards your feet, and right back up. Inhale, reach, lift up, 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 and then all the way down. You got one more. Nice. Good. And then flip around.
Oh my goodness.
And it's like, thanks, Janine.
I can do one side, but not the other.
That's a really tough one.
It is.
It is
really
a tough one. But it's working on so much.
Yeah, you feel every
Yeah.
little.
It's so like balanced too. All right, so when you're ready, just to prep first, reach the legs away as you reach your head towards that. So press your body into your hand. Yeah, and then back down. If you need to adjust, you can, and we'll go right into it. Think of pushing the legs away from you as you reach up and over. Look towards that hand. Nice. Coming back, look right back up. And reach. Remember to breathe. Inhale. And then exhale. You got one more. Reach. Nice. And then come all the way down. Now boomerang time.
No energy for boomerang.
Let's just do a total of 4. So you have 2 on each side. Crossing, let's cross one leg over. It doesn't matter, you know you're doing 4. All right, so remember, just like your rollover, scissors, all of that, you know your range. Back of the head will stay connected. Roll it back into your rollover. Crisscross those legs. Come up in teaser, hold for a moment, and then control it down to that spine stretch, and then back. Good, and then find a pace that works for you. Really kind of hold that teaser. See, can you find it? And then all the way into the spine stretch. Good, 2 more. Nice. Keep reach, reach, reach. And then come back up. Good save, Janine. And one more. Nice. Okay, so we're getting into our seal and our crab. So let's just do our seal. We'll do it here. Find your position. Find as if you're back in your ball. You're going to do 3 clicks. Roll back. 1, 2, 3. And back. Good. 1, 2, 3. I like the little 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. When I taught math classes years ago, they'd actually make the seal noises.
What?
Really?
Yeah, they
That
like
would be
it. It was
annoying.
highly entertaining. Good. One more. Good. And rest. Into our crab. So grab onto your arches there.
This is one we need to talk about too.
I'm sure.
Because
Now,
I can't do it correctly.
do we want to do? Let's. Are y'all gonna go for it or no?
Yeah, I am.
And let's get you back just a tad. You're not, then you're good. I was gonna move you if you were gonna go for it. Did you go?
But I want to talk about it.
Yeah. So go where you want to go today. We're just gonna do 3.
Okay.
So from here, think you're pulling. Roll back. Open your hips. Switch those legs. If you're going up and over, think of your rolling ball. If not, you're going right back. Good. And I'm just watching you guys. Seeing where we go. You only have one more. Last one. Good. Ta-da! She says. Okay. So bring yourself up. And nope. Actually, let's stay facing this way. I keep forgetting the towers here. See? Roll down for a control balance. Is this one we're going to chat on too?
I cannot do it like I see everyone else do it.
Remember, we're not everybody else.
I know.
Yes, we're a net.
Which is very special.
Arms at your
The
side.
little bus.
Was it like from the help? Do you remember? You are
Yeah,
special.
special, you are kind.
You are,
You are special.
special. You are kind.
And then there's one other thing.
I don't remember.
Special, kind.
Yeah,
It might have been beautiful.
I think it was. You are beautiful. All right. So, this is all about balancing on our shoulders, right? So figuring out where we have to be in order for that to happen. So I'll give you some cues, but of course we can talk about it more one-on-one in your bodies. Arms at your side, go into your rollover, whatever that is for you. Now just see if you can take one arm and reach it back towards the back wall. See if you can take the other arm. Now, see if you can balance, take one leg, grab on. Think that you're pulling it towards one direction as you press to lengthen. Yeah, and you just stay where you need to stay, and then switch legs. And Janine, you can come out so we're not in it so long. When you switched legs, then bring both legs, arms at your side. And we'll roll back down. Better. It is better. Roll yourself up. Push up time. I tell you what, we'll just do one set.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's good.
Yeah, that's doable. Stand up. And we'll reach. So again, think of your roll up and you're reaching up, you're lengthening. You're gonna roll down to find your mat. Walk yourself out to your push-up position. Think of your legs reaching away. Think you're pulling your chest forward and not down. And then you're pushing that floor away. So you want your hands slightly forward of your shoulders. Feel like you are on your lovely reformer. Doing your long stretch. Good. And then walk it back. And roll all the way.
Yeah, with your feedback.
Okay, do we want to start with, we'll start with,
I'm special. She just told you you're special.
so special. Okay, so Annette, and I've worked with Annette too, so
Okay.
I know, and I'm always in here when she's doing her sessions. So Annette's very flexible, very mobile.
Yeah.
So I will say, Annette, that in the last few weeks I've noticed you've kind of gotten more stability and reined in. So I feel like you have, look at her notes.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah,
sure.
and there's something, there's just, yeah, some of it was just cues and how the body changed when Hillary
Yeah.
said something.
So I think for you, because you're real, so if you think about Pilates and we're looking for the C curve and we're looking for extension and we're looking for evenness in our spine. So Annette's very, very able to like go up and back. So I think for you, we'll go through, I think the numbers, I think that'll help too, to get that evenness, because you can go up in a swan really high up, but I'd like to see that same curve.
That's what I
There,
don't think
that's
I
not
can
there.
visualize. I mean, I think I've gotten a lot better at
You
it.
really have.
But when I first started here, I can roll flat back and come back up. And then I started realizing when, I don't know who it was, maybe it was Kim, said you should feel every vertebrae as you roll back. And you should roll up more of a curve, because I could tell, because it would go flat.
So here's the thing with every vertebrae, that's not possible.
Right.
Can't happen. So I don't really agree with that cue in terms of, and I have to say I've said it before, so
Yeah.
I'm right there. But with, and we've been through, Kathy Grant with, did we ever go through the numbers with you?
I've never.
So
Let's go through the
let's go
numbers.
through the
Let's
numbers.
go. I
So this
love
is
the
Kathy
numbers.
Grant, and it works for flexion and it works for extension.
Okay.
So it's super easy in your brain to kind of figure out where you are in space without someone saying, can you round here more? Because where I round the most is different than you or you. And everyone has that one space in their back that just feels like that plop. But if you think about your back, and can we use you? So we'll stand Janine up. So if you think of her back, ding, ding, we'll go like this.
Okay.
So she numbered the spine from the top to the bottom.
Okay.
But if you think about that kerplunk kind of
Yeah.
area, it's usually this whole area here.
Uh-huh.
We can't bend this.
Yeah,
There's no way to do vertebra here.
right.
And there's also, this doesn't bend, like just roll forward. This doesn't bend in the same way in each direction. Like, she's not able to like here.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't bend there, right?
Right.
So the numbers are, stand tall. So 0 head is just when your head is on top of your body.
Okay.
So when we lay down, the head is below us.
Uh-huh.
Whether
Laura,
we're,
do you want me to stand so Janine can see?
oh
what you're
yeah.
talking
You
about?
want to use Tracy's? Yeah.
That way you can see.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I was just thinking, yeah.
Yeah, so you stand.
Okay.
So when we lay down, the head is either below us this way or below us this way. So 0 is just bringing the head so it's even with the body.
Okay.
So she's up tall, here's 0. And 1 is that little, you can feel it, the little knob. So she can do a little nod, but nothing will change in her cervical. So it's just that movement of that little nod of your head, but nothing changes here.
Okay.
So that's 1. 2 is her whole cervical. So she would go 1 and then 2. And she's just gonna curl as much as she possibly can, and everyone's different.
Uh-huh.
Then 3 is gonna be her sternum area. So that really doesn't round the same way.
Uh-huh.
So she's just gonna think of kind of going forward. And then everything else is kind of 4, 5, wait, sorry, I went too fast. Sorry. 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
5, 6, I'm guessing on her, 7, 8. Now she gets to her pelvis, that's 9 and 10.
Okay.
From there is 11, which is her hip, and she just hinges at the hip.
Okay.
So coming up, she would unhinge at her hip, her 10 and 9, her 8, her 7, her 6, her 5, her 4, her 3, her 2, her 1, and her 0.
Okay.
So everyone's different, so figuring out, because your torso may be longer than hers, it might be shorter.
Uh-huh.
So your numbers are not going to be exactly what her numbers are, and it might take you a while to kind of figure it out. Janine, are you still figuring yours out, or you kind of know where they are
I
now?
think I kind of know, and the exercise with the straps, where she had me like roll back with my numbers,
Uh-huh.
that
That keyed it for you?
it helped as a gauge, because I knew where I identified where my 9 and my 10 were.
Uh-huh.
Because the 1 and the 2 is kind of like, that's not so hard.
Yeah.
But when you start
Getting lower.
getting lower, it's like this range. That was a challenge for me, and it still is sometimes. But when she says that cue, your numbers, I will say it immediately helps me. I can't think of another term to use besides like peel, like
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
moving up, moving back, moving up, moving, and then kind of just like and
Peel
just
the
like
paper.
have that grunt, it alleviates that, because it makes me feel like, okay, I'm going back in my numbers, and so it's smoother.
See, that's what I think
At least it feels like it's smoother.
Yeah.
I don't know what it
I
looks
feel like I
but-
jerk up
Yes,
way
and that's
too
what
much.
it's really
Yes.
helped with that.
And
I feel like I'm jerk.
let's do
But
this.
you want to get up and
Yeah.
let's just.
We should do a strap workshop one day.
You should.
Yeah, we'll do a strap workshop one day. Because I can't, yeah.
Okay.
So let's just do a little bit of the work here. So lie down. And Janine knows these. But all we're going to do is kind of work on the numbers here.
Okay.
So arms are at your sides. And we'll do them in both directions in it so you can kind of see.
Okay.
So this is going into flexion. So right now your head is below your body. And all I want you to do is just lift, so keep looking up. Don't let anything change in that respect. And your head is heavy, just remember that. Lift the head just enough, too much, down, to slide a piece of paper under. And then lower. Good. And you want to handle, you can, because Tracy knows this work. Lift just where you slide the paper under. That's it, and then lower. So you feel that? That's a lot of work, right?
It is.
It is. I like to tell my clients it makes no wrinkles, because you're strengthening.
Ah.
Yeah. I don't know if that's true.
Oh.
I'll ask her. Sounds true.
I'm buying.
It is working. It's working. Okay, so now you're just gonna add your 1. So just think of that little nod, right? So 0 head first, and then just the little nod. And then unnod, and 0 head down. Arms are just relaxed at your side. So do that again, just your 0 head, a little 1 nod. Too much, Janine. There we go. This head quad down. Are we good over here? Okay.
Yeah.
So now it's 2. What you're going to do is just your 0 head lift first, then your 1, and then your 2. So just take your chin, look towards your feet, keep looking towards your feet. Don't lift anything. Yeah, just looking. So that's a lot of work. Unfold your 2, then your 1, 0 head comes down. It's hard not to lift the chest, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Keep the shoulders back.
Yeah. So do that again. It's just your 0, 1, and 2. So I don't know about you guys. For me, I realized I wasn't really curling my neck at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a lot of curl. And then unwind everything and down. So we're going to add the 3 into it. But you can't forget the 2. So even when we add our 3, we have to continue to curl our 2. Our 3 is basically just going to be your chest lifting up. So it's not a huge movement. Because we don't want to go into any 4 area. So it's your 0, 1, 2, 3 just lifts a little with no wrinkle down here. And then undo your 3, 2, 1, and down. So it's just that 3, your sternum, just a small little lift up, not forward, just up. Want to do it again? 0, 1, 2, 3 lift up. And then uncurl, keep your 2, uncurl, and then down. Good. Yeah, so you're just learning, figuring it out, although you've been working on this. So now we're going to add your 4, which is right under the bra line, right? So you ready? 0 head. Then your 1, 2. Keep doing your 2, lift your 3. Keep lifting your 3 and doing your 2 and curl into your 4. Reach your arms. What does that feel like to you right now?
Hard.
And your 100. Yeah. And then all the way down.
It helps you find a new spot in your 100, right?
Yeah.
Right, because
You have a
I
better
just look
curl.
up, I look around, I don't look.
Yeah, and you actually curled up higher than when you do your 100s right
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Because I had no idea to do that.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so let's see if we can take it a little further. Turn around and use your strap. And lie back down. Okay, so don't go terribly slow. And Annette, you're just finding out your numbers, right? So just remember, when you come up, this is key, and this I'm throwing this new one in, although Janine knows this. When you're sitting, and you can do this later, the minute we do our 1 nod, our body naturally wants to do our 11. Because we can't go vertebra by vertebra.
Right.
Because if you did vertebra by, I can't speak, you would get to an unhappy place when you got near here, and your back would not be happy, and over time it would be nasty. So the minute you do your 0 head, you do your little nod, this 11 is going to do a little curl this way.
Okay.
So you're curling at both ends of your spine. So do your 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, wherever that is. So as you go down, think first 11, 9 and 10, and then 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2, and 0 down. Good.
I feel it more now.
Yeah. And another way Kathy Grant worked on it too was bands of color. So if you think of, if the numbers are too difficult, then you can just think, colors, whatever they are. You can have a band, a band, a band, a band, and just visualize those bands in your body coming up. And I don't want to pick colors for you, so you can just pick whatever color you want. But that works too, because you can't go vertebra by vertebra.
See, I feel like,
So bring your arms back here. Yeah, and that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like when I do any kind of pull-up or sit-up, my tummy tends to protrude. It's really hard. I try to keep it pulled in, but it won't do it.
Well, don't think so much tummy. Think more as you're rolling up. So bring your arms towards the sky. Do your 0 and your 1 and your 2 and just keep going. So as you're rounding up, there you go. So keep pulling in your strap here. It's getting better. Yeah. And then rolling back down. Because everyone has, and that's one reason the roll-ups in the beginning, just so y'all know. So this goes into the reasons of things. Your roll-up is not going to be perfect because guess what? It's the first exercise you're asking your body to bend your spine.
Okay.
So what we're seeing as teachers is, where are we tied today? What's going on? So it's not going to be perfect. But then by the time you get, hopefully, to boomerang or jackknife or all these other things, you've got more movement. Neck pull. It's a little deeper, right?
Yeah, neck pull's a lot easier for me.
Because you've done all these things before.
Yeah.
So people beating themselves up on the roll-up makes no sense because you've only done 100 where you just were looking at this end of your spine, top and bottom, and now you're taking that body into full flexion and it hasn't done it yet.
That's why there's an order to the mat work and it's done in a particular order because everything builds on top
Everything
of the
builds
other.
on top of the other.
Which is why I get exhausted by
Yeah.
a
So
certain
that's
point.
why by the time you get to,
Like
so we,
swan, like
yeah,
not swan, but the side leg,
the kneeling or the
and
regular?
kneeling, I'm just like through.
Yeah, because if you also think about it, you're going through all these different. So you do the one leg circle. That's the first time we're seeing rotation. Then you go into saw. Now we're seeing rotation with flexion. And then you go into your spine twist, and we're trying to sit tall and do some rotation. So you're seeing all these different. So by the time you get towards the end, the body's like, oh yeah, okay, I know where I can go, and I'm looser and I'm stronger. So that's kind of.
And I think also it's different than like when I used to run. I could run a long time. It's not stamina. I think it's mental, and your muscles are not doing the exact same thing. They're having to work in so many different ways.
Like what you're saying. That's why you're exhausted.
Right. Well, where with running, which is why I still do it, but it's so bad for me, is you are doing the same motion, and as you get tired, you start to overcompensate.
Yeah.
You just don't realize you're doing that.
Well,
And so you're with your hips. I mean, after you've been out there for 5 miles or something, your body just starts. You don't realize it, but it's moving differently. And since taking Pilates, I started observing how people run, and you can tell when they're tired, if they're older, if they're
That's
if
me.
it's dark outside. So
Leaning way
yeah,
too forward.
yeah. And with Pilates, it's harder to cheat.
It is. And I think also because our muscles, because sometimes we get in that zone where you don't have to think about what you're doing.
Yes.
And here we always have to
be
think.
Yes.
thinking.
But
Yeah.
that's what I like about running. I don't have to think about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's clearing your mind. This is not,
Yeah.
this is like
It
clearing
does-
your mind in a different way.
It is. I like it because I can't think about any problems or anything.
Exactly, it's getting some
It's
stress
a
out in that.
different
Yeah, it's a
focus.
different
Yeah.
focus.
Where when I'm running, I'm mad, and then I'm over it, and then I'm like, okay, I've solved my problem, and then I can enjoy it.
Exactly.
That's how I
Remember-
am like swimming.
Yeah.
It's like the first 3 miles, you're beating somebody up. And then at the end of it, you're like, okay, I'm all good.
So let's do this. Flip over. Let's use our numbers and extension. So go in your prone lift position. So arms at your side. Hold on a minute. I want to make sure you're straight. Okay. So now your numbers are exactly the same. So let's just go with it. I was going to teach another Kathy Grant, but let's go with this. So think, the first thing that's going to happen is your 0 head has to lift. And then as you do your 1, your hips are going to press in. Your 2 comes first, so don't lift your 3 yet, just your 2, and look forward as far as you possibly can. Then lift your 3. Then maybe you go into your 4, but keep looking forward, keep looking up the wall, keep your 2 going, and then all the way down. So see how easy it is to just throw your head and lift your chest up immediately? Try to think of your numbers again. Do your 0 and your 1 and your 2. Don't lift your 3. Just look up as far as you possibly can and don't lift your 3. Now lift your 3. Then go into your 4 if you can, but remember the hips are pressing, and then all the way back down. So now I'm going to place my hand here. So nothing happens. If you want to do it again, Janine, you can, but you're doing fine. So lift 0, 1, and 2. Don't lift. So just your 2. Yeah, now lift into my hand a little. Keep looking forward. Keep lifting and lifting and lifting and down. Did that feel different?
It does.
Because you went less into here. That was good. It's hard not to lift immediately. Do you want to try it one more time? So think of 0 and 2 first. Yeah. Now keep your 2 going, Annette, as you lift your 3. Keep your 2 going. So keep looking up that wall, up that wall, up that wall. There you go. And then down.
Yeah, because before I was always just looking straight.
Yeah. So think your gaze is taking you where you want to go. So if you just keep looking straight and lift, you're losing your 2. It's gone.
Okay, think about just following up.
So it's kind of like a swan, kind of.
It is a swan. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
One lift is your swan. We just haven't dived.
Follow and go up, and then you won't really press into
Yeah.
it.
So when you do your swan, you just go.
Yeah. And you're just looking and looking and looking and looking and looking and looking. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
And
do
don't
that.
forget the 11 is pushing. So when we go into extension, if you think about going into extension, if you think you're here and see how the hips are like creased. If I go to, my foot's cramping. If I go to it, and if I just kind of throw myself back and this doesn't happen, it's all back here. But if I am in my 0 head and I do my 1 and my hips start coming forward, and then I'm going into my 3 and my 4, but my hips are still pressing forward, it's a different extension.
Yeah, that's what's helped me too with the numbers, with the whole 11. I'm much better at, and then you can feel it pulling your leg back by pushing your hip. You would just think pushing your hips down, whatever, but it actually helps.
It actually engages the back of the body.
Yeah. So if I just try to lift my legs, I'm nothing. But then if I push my hips down.
You were talking into your
She's critical on Sundays.
If I push my hips down,
It
then I
does
feel
make a
that
difference.
connection better.
Yeah.
You get more length that way too.
Yeah.
You see immediately when your hips go down, visually
Yeah.
watching it, observing, you can see it immediately.
As a
soon those
teacher,
hips
you
go
see it
down,
immediately.
Yeah.
It's really, you can tell.
And think of like your leg curls on the reformer and your pulling straps in your T-pull. It's all the same thing.
Right, you have to.
That's true.
It won't work if you don't push your hips down.
Exactly. But think that same gaze in that. So when you're pulling your straps and you punch in, think of your 0, your 1, your 2, your 3, and you just keep looking to go.
Because I absolutely do not do that now. I know that for a fact. It's like, let me finish.
I'm done.
I think I'm almost dead.
Yeah.
But that also because I'm different than you. You're very hyper. You can go, but my cheat is here. So I just go right into my back. And so this whole thing helped.
This,
me
yeah, I
get
like
control of
this.
that.
So
And
what
it's
do you
just
think?
you just have to practice with it.
I think I like that. Those are good cues.
Yeah, and Christina knows this work. Kirsten doesn't.
Yeah.
But just keep it in your brain.
Okay.
And talking into yourself.
Okay.
She
What's
did,
the name of the lady who did this?
Kathy Grant. You can look her up.
Maybe she has an article or something where I could just start.
Well, she's gone.
Oh,
She's
She
been-
worked directly with Mr.
She,
Pilates.
yeah, she worked directly with him.
so she would be a little old if she
She'd
was
be a
still
little
here.
older. She did live a long time. But she did this whole, you can research me, you can Google her. She did this whole before the 100 work where she figured that the work is very hard and people need to know how to curl their head up. They need to know how to roll down. They need to know how to go into extension. So she came up with these tools, I like to call them tools, for the clients that she taught them before she moved them into the work.
Okay, that
So
sounds
that they
good.
were able to do it properly.
That sounds
That
good.
is so important.
It is. That's the whole point of Pilates to me.
It's so
That's why I
important.
come here, because I want to know how to do it correctly. I can watch a YouTube video, but
That doesn't do
that
it.
doesn't help me.
anything.
No.
It doesn't help me.
And the person you're watching is a totally different person than you.
But sometimes it's so beautiful. the
Yeah,
way
we've
that-
had this whole discussion
Oh
on
my
Instagram.
gosh, it's just, I mean, I tagged some of those people.
But
just
you realize
because.
it's probably not the first one
Especially
they've
like-
put, they probably did like a whole series and like, this
Yeah.
one's the best, and they put that one up.
Right, 'cause you remember, it takes at least
teaser on the box.
three moves to
Yes.
even get your body to get in
Gosh,
the mood.
she was
Think
like,
about it.
So they're
I
feeling
was like,
it
I
at the
would
end.
never be able to do that. But that's
No.
okay.
And that's
That's
I mean,
okay.
and that, but you know, I think that that's fine.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of pressure
that's
out there
the
now, I
great
think, that
thing
it's
with-
supposed to look, on everything, you're
Yeah.
supposed to look this way,
That's a
you're
good
supposed to,
point, yeah,
it's
yeah.
everywhere.
But I do enjoy looking at it thinking, that's what I want to complete. I know I'm not going to
Right.
do it at my age.
Right.
Like my husband said, I just,
But you may be able to do one for you.
right.
Get as
I want
close
to get
as
as
I
close as I can because I think it's beautiful
Yeah.
and I think it,
Yeah.
overall, I can absolutely tell you since I've done Pilates, I feel like I'm stronger. I walk straight up and
yes.
down.
Oh,
I
yeah.
sit better.
You should
Yes.
have seen her the other day. You weren't here, you missed it. She did side sit-ups on the ladder barrel. I mean, from all the way down, all the way up.
Oh my goodness.
She did teaser twist on the wonder chair.
Which was,
That's awesome, Annette.
that was very hard.
See,
I was very
you're one of those
upset.
people on Instagram.
Oh no.
I know her.
We're gonna make a video. Pilates for over 50.
Everyone in this room.
You need to change the name of the class.
Why is over 50? Okay, so does that help in terms of some of the...
It really helps me a lot. The only other, you go, because I always have a lot of.
No, I'm good. No, really, I'm just listening. I'm learning too.
But like when I do the controlled balance,
Oh, yes, let's go into
well, I finally figured out, I think it was Kim told me the first time I did it, I kept collapsing on myself, not keeping myself in a true rollover because I can go all the way down and do,
Oh, yeah, I
touch
remember.
my knee to my head and do all that. But she says, that's not control balance. You need to keep the C curve. And then I was bending my arms.
But you lose the C curve, right? The whole point is to lose, you get it first and then you're going out of it, you're going into extension.
But I collapsed. I was collapsing on
See,
myself.
that's different than what she said. Or different than how I interpreted it, like Annette did.
I gotcha.
That, because I remember it that day. So the visual I had in my mind when she said that is we go over, we roll over, and then as you're rolled over, you're in your scooped C curve, and that's where you stay.
No.
So you and I interpreted it the same way.
I was just like, I'm having
And then
a
as
heck of a
you-
time.
so
Yeah,
that
you
you
can't,
never
I can
come
see
out.
that, yeah.
And so I never, so when I do it, I'm trying to keep that deep C
Or
curve.
maybe we just interpreted it wrong.
Yeah, it's just sometimes we hear words and
Yeah.
our visuals
Because-
are different.
Yeah, like when I do this, she said, stay in your C curve, go into your control balance, never lose your C curve.
No, this is where you need to lose your C curve.
See, where I thought this
Yeah.
was where we're supposed to
Because
keep it.
now, Annette, are you okay?
Yeah.
I want you to think that you're pulling the leg that way and towards you to lengthen your spine to take this leg up towards the ceiling.
That's
So
what
think
she's
of
done.
pushing this leg up so that you're now creating length
Oh.
and not staying in your C curve.
Well, see, I thought I was supposed to stay in it. And I'm like, I'm having a heck of a time.
That was
And-
pretty.
Let me show.
Well, I can't
I'm not
really get
warm
into my
here.
control
Oh, no,
balance.
no, I'll do it. I'm not going to make you do it.
But it's just.
And Tracy, you can verbally cue me because I know I'm going to need
I have
it.
my glasses, but I can't see her.
Oh, I
Sorry.
Tuck in. Okay. Okay. So you go into your rollover, right? Into my rollover.
Balance on your shoulders.
I'm balanced on my shoulders.
Lift one arm over your head, lift the other arm over your head.
And
Reach
then-
one leg.
Now watch my spine. I want to lift up.
So as you're pulling that leg towards you, you're gonna lift that leg up,
And then I come back.
come back, and then do the other leg. See how she's going up, and see how that gets longer right there?
I misunderstood, because I'm trying
Yeah, it's not about
so
just-
hard.
What are you feeling back here?
A stretch in my
length.
back.
A yummy stretch.
A
when you
yummy
get
stretch
it.
in my back.
Yeah, it's not just about pulling this leg forward and keeping it tight. It's about this going long while you're down on your back.
Yeah.
It's exactly.
So with that pull of this leg and reach of this leg and the other leg going up, my spine is going into this nice.
Yeah.
So I feel where I'm tight. Plus I haven't done it.
So the other thing is, I noticed that, you know how you were saying,
Can you speak?
right? So where are you on your back?
So you know how my ponytail's in my way. When you're on your back here, my neck is long. So I'm kind of, if I go too far, if I do a rollover out of my range,
Right.
so I'll just do it. I'm gonna lose this, which is gonna make this happen, which is gonna make this happen. And we
Okay.
wanna stay here. So for you, we have you kind of in that range where that stays. Some people go,
Then they're just hiking. They're not keeping
and so they're
this.
losing
You'll see,
this,
you'll see them come up on their fingers.
and then this will happen.
and then up off the arms.
Instead
That's what
of,
I do.
yeah.
That's
So,
exactly what I do.
so when I get clients and they do that, I'll say, okay, that's great, but let's do it where you can maintain it. So it might be smaller, but oh my God, it's more work.
It is hard.
It's harder.
And your
then
arms should be on fire.
your arm, I mean, that's just it. Jackknife, rollover. The next day it should be, why are my triceps so sore? And it's because they were like, bam.
Okay, that's what I need to work on. I know for a fact that's what I need, because I tend to do things on my
Tent.
fingertips.
Yeah, I've seen you come up on your.
I go
Yeah,
on
we
my
call it
fingertips.
tenting.
So the range is, so yes, I mean,
The
I'm
range
getting
is-
that now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the range is smaller, but it's like when you get a guy that, and no offense if any guys watch this that are teachers, but if you get a guy that's like, I can do 500 sit-ups, I'm really strong. And then they just throw their legs back and they're like, you rein them in and they're sweating
Yeah,
because all of a sudden they're having to work. So it's harder to stay within that, and then you get stronger, and then all of a sudden you're going further and further and further than you were in the beginning.
yeah. That makes sense, because I know I do this a lot.
And I think it also goes, for me, it goes to the Instagram. When people see these people
Oh,
doing
yeah,
these big,
yeah,
big
Yeah.
swans and
Yeah,
movements,
yeah.
it's like,
I want to do, okay.
I want to do that.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
The movement doesn't have to be as big as you think it does.
No.
A lot of times it's way smaller than it really, than what you think it should be.
that's really good. And I think also if I concentrate on doing the movements, the 1, 2, 3, that's gonna help go over for
Yes,
everything. And
exactly.
it's gonna slow me down, and it's gonna make me have much more control and much more strength.
Yes.
All right, I need
Yeah.
to really work on that one.
And you learned the keyhole, like that was Kathy Grant.
Yeah. Well, I just learned that I was supposed to keep my leg exact, try to keep it as
Yeah, she
straight.
was told, like, you're drawing a line, which I used that cue for years. I still use it sometimes. But
Just
it's
keep
the
it as
same.
level.
Keyhole brings it home better for me, because it's so, there again, it makes me feel grounded, because once that key is in there,
Yeah,
that's really helped me ground my
Yeah.
life
I like,
when
yeah,
I'm doing
yeah.
the kicks. 'Cause I'm just like, it's in the hole, you're not, until you pull it out, it has to stay there.
yeah.
This foot's in the hole.
And just keep it, I was just, yeah. And like you said, in the back, if you're kicking it up, you've lost your
Right.
balance.
Yeah.
You need to keep it as straight as you can. That was
And
a
also when
big,
you kick, when that happens, it's usually with.
yeah, and you know you're doing it, that's exactly right. That's
So you're
exactly
losing it in
You're
both
losing it in
places.
both directions.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I started to figure that one. That was really a good cue though. Just make sure your jaw, just keep it as level as possible. So,
Yeah, at 10, in a few minutes, we're gonna move and we're gonna grab those purple mats and we're gonna move over there.
okay.
But, so that was controlled balance.
What was the thing that we were doing? See it in my memory.
Saw.
It was saw. Yeah.
What was it on saw?
So, well, first of all, the T. I mean, like having my arms.
Yeah, so get in your saw position.
I think what I was doing.
And I like this, so I don't do this as much with you anymore. So if you think she's against a pole and her arms have to stay this way, and she twists where she can, without losing that. And then you can spine stretch forward, but keep your back into my knee and reach forward. And keep pressing your back into my knee as you reach forward.
Oh my, that looks hard.
And then back up, a twist, and then twist. And then spine stretch, but keep pushing into my, but keep reaching forward and forward, but don't lose my knee. Yes, and then back up.
Nice.
Yeah, do you feel that?
All right, I need
That
that
is
help because
So much harder than this. My arm just left right. I could do this. Oh.
me too. The first time I didn't really sure why I'm doing it.
Did you see
Just
the
like-
difference in her back when she
Yeah.
went that way and then the other way?
But then when you said, keep it, and then I was like, well, I can't do that. And then it becomes like,
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. Let me find my position here. Okay, so arms are here. You're nice and tall, yes. Let's twist towards Janine first, just where you can. Keep your arms here. Now, do your saw, reaching forward, but don't lose my knee. And keep reaching forward, don't lose my knee. And then come back up to the center. And then twist towards the other side. Whoop, where do our arms go? So this arm needs to come forward. Now reach forward. Oh, where'd my knee go? Yep.
That is way harder.
See if you can do it without me.
Okay.
So feel my knee in your back. Reach forward. Watch your arms. So your arms are here. Yeah. And my knee's in your back. Reach forward. That's better, Janine.
oh my gosh, I don't think I can do it with you.
Watch your arms, Annette.
You feel it all
Keep your arms
here.
I know for the first time I was like, oh,
Because
I can do this.
and you know what it was? Is I thought it was more of a stretch forward.
My legs, me too. I'm like, oh, let's go. Good.
Okay,
You were so good at
let's
it.
get our boards up. Take a little bathroom break and we'll move our mats over there.
We are cheap, really.
Y'all both are like, Crusher,
I
what?
used to love saw. Now,
Okay, now I saw we're just not gonna come to Maggie.
because everything's too hard. We're whining.
So, lie down for corkscrew. And remember when we did spine twist, and I heard you go, when we talked about the legs, when you twist and the legs staying even? Think the same thing with the corkscrew. So lie down. And you know, Janine, I've done this with you. Take both legs up towards the sky. We're not going to do the shoulder version. Okay, so you're going to go towards your knee first. And what I want you to think about is where my hand is. Shoulders don't move, but you're going to push into my hand to lift the legs. Don't go so far and come back. So think about your range and where your shoulders are right now, keep them there, and your head. And then just push to where the legs are even. And then back together. And do the other side. Kind of the same range. Push. Yeah, so really push and not push. Push. One. Do you feel that work?
Oh my gosh. I am
So push.
taking my false confidence away from me out there.
some more as you come
Unless
along.
I'm pulling my hips up.
That's what you're doing. So what's happening is you're doing this,
I can do, yeah.
which
Instead
99.9% of the people do.
so it shouldn't be turning, it should be this, lifting.
Lifting.
Oh,
Yes.
much more difficult.
Yes. So think the same thing.
When you when you lift your hip.
So think this hip's coming up, right? This
Oh,
leg
man.
is reaching. You're circling around. They both land. Now this one has to reach. Yeah.
That's my shoulders coming up.
Yeah.
That is much more difficult.
I feel like they should do crossover from Kathy Grant. Do you want a little tool for this one?
Sure.
Okay, this is again more Kathy Grant. So bring both feet down on the mat, shoulder width apart. Hip width up. Hello, Sunday talk. Okay, bend your knees. Okay, so keep them hip width apart. Keep the arms reaching long. Keep your left foot where it is. Sorry, left foot where it is. Cross your right leg all the way over. Like you see it. Okay. So this foot here is your like rudder, right? It's your work. So what you're gonna do, think of your numbers, okay? So your 11 is gonna come off first. You're guiding with this leg. Then you're gonna go your 9 and 10. Maybe you go to your 4, maybe not. Then you're gonna come from your 4 to your 5 to your 6, all the way back.
Okay.
And then you'll go 11, 10 and 9, 8, 7, just where you can. Keeping both shoulders down and then coming from the top back down to 11. That's your corkscrew. You feel that work? Janine's like, I've done that before.
I have not, and this is totally different. This is what I wanted.
Good. I think this foot can roll off, but you're controlling gravity. Yeah, don't let this get lost to me. Yeah. And then come down and down and down and down and down. Good. You want to do the other side so you're even because you know each side's different. Woo! Good job. So make sure they're hip width apart.
I love the center.
Everyone does because it's so much easier. So rolling off. And again, think of 11 and 10 and 9 and 8. And maybe you get to 4, but again, those shoulders stay yes and that nice. And then think you're rolling back. You're controlling yourself with your foot that's on the mat. So it may roll off to the side of your foot, and that's okay. And then keeping both shoulders down, thinking of all your little numbers as you go. Yeah, and again, think of the head looking up towards the ceiling. And then think of the top number all the way down to the bottom number. Does each side feel different?
Yes. My left side feels much easier than my right.
Yeah. And then uncross those legs.
And that reminds me of our conversation on Monday about pelvic stability, which is different than hip. You know, remember that? I was just saying, I don't,
Yeah, Monday's my really
Like-
busy day and I don't remember things.
So I was talking about how when I feel it like across,
Oh yes, I remember we were tracking into the hip and into the back.
yeah, but it's not my back, but
It's
it's not my
yours.
hip, but it's like something else in there that's,
Connected all the way around.
and you were saying it's pelvic stability, and I never thought of it, of any of this in relation to pelvic stability and how important that is as well. And that's
And
strengthening and helping that.
And we're doing it more in a dynamic way instead of thinking about, you know, because you were working on the stability right there, but we were moving in a different way. Instead of just like, keep this still. It's kind of learning how to keep that stability there as we're moving and running. And whatever else we do, right?
Yeah, I do notice something else. When I get tired in class, sometimes I just quit trying to make a scoop. I quit.
Yeah,
And I
I'm the
just-
same way.
And I'm like, but I can tell the difference in the exercises. That's when I feel like I flop. It feels like when I'm out of, like, if I'm tired doing my leg things, not holding, doing the scoop in my belly, it's like my hips fall backwards, or it's weird, like I'm doing this.
You lose your balance.
Yeah, and see, here I try to keep, but when I don't care, I go down like this, and then I go.
Yeah, and
If
I
I
think,
keep it all engaged, it's much easier. I'm tired, but makes
yeah,
it
and you
easier.
don't have to be up like that.
See, I don't know if it was Scott or somebody
Yeah,
told me,
no, I don't
you need to
teach
be-
that way.
to keep that space.
Yeah, to keep that space, because we want to, if you think about side kicks, you're preparing for teaser. So you're down, right? So I'm down, because this is going to really work. So if I'm up like this, then I've got a lot of things kind of taking.
That's why I have to be
Yeah.
so slow, because I'm trying to keep it all.
Yeah, so,
Were you taught that way?
No. I was,
Yeah.
I don't know who it was who said it.
yeah.
You need to
But
have.
I think I corrected
And they may
someone.
not have said, they might have said, lift up, give their.
Maybe, and that's where we get into cueing. Sometimes cueing we can, so I always, because this is stabilizing you, and this whole bottom side is stabilizing you.
Right,
And then
that's
push
why.
your hands a little bit
And
more.
then if you just push into your hands, you don't have to think about keeping scooped. It's push into your hands, keep
See,
down.
that's why I was like, because it's like.
But then that's all you're thinking about, right? So
Well, it's just,
oh,
I know when
and it feels totally different than when you're here and
when
thinking.
here, this is a lot easier for me.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't think about once I learned to do it, but the first 3 or 4 times I was like, how the heck am I going to hold all of that up?
Yeah. But if you think so, yeah. So just go down, where you can, hands behind your head. So for you, think of your key hold like here, and you're really pushing it into that key, right?
Right.
Now, take both hands and push your head into your hands. Keep that. Keep that. Those are what you're thinking about, and kick where you can. That's your move. So this and this are what you should be thinking about.
All right.
And then everything else will go where it needs to be. That looks better. Yeah, and just keep pushing.
All right.
Yeah, that
Well, I'm
pushes
glad.
around. Yeah, that looked really good in it.
I think it was one thing that I remember was, and I just fled out of my head because we were both asking Christina about.
Christina. I keep waiting for my test. Baby's here. Yeah, we thought she was.
I was like, I can go ahead and leave early. I'm good.
Yeah, she was having pain.
Was it when she was having us do this?
Yeah, I would like to learn to do
And I'm like,
that.
okay, I'm doing that, and I asked her,
Okay, which one was it? Was it tendon stretch or the horseback one?
The
She said
horseback.
The horseback. Okay, the
And she kept
horseback.
saying, trying to lift your bottom, and then I was just like, okay, well,
So
what?
face this way.
Why am I doing this?
Okay. So,
Is that the one you figured out?
Yeah.
so
I was
was
like,
it the hands here?
No, she
No.
had us, that's why I was doing this. She had us like this.
Oh, I don't know that one.
And she said, think about your horseback. And that's when I was
really
like, okay.
scoot. She said,
Yeah,
one
like
hand
this.
behind you.
And then lift.
No, it's both hands in front. She just had pregnancy brain.
Or maybe she was doing it that way because she had the baby in front of her.
Yeah, that
Well,
could
she-
have been it.
But I also know that she has pregnancy brain, and she's like, oh, yeah. So it's both hands here. And let's have you all the way on your mat. Yeah. So think,
Is it like out in front of you? Or?
it's just right in between your thighs, wherever that is for you. I'm not going to do it because I'm on hard floor. But what I want you to think about is that you're doing, it's kind of your spine stretch. You're going to push into your arms, reach your legs. Try to feel as if you're lifting yourself off the mat, reaching your legs. And then back down.
I didn't move at all.
That's okay, you don't have to lift, but just maybe move them out a little bit. Yeah. And then just feeling that you're pushing into this and trying to lift the leg. Yeah, there you go. And then back down.
I think my
Do
body's
you, but do you feel the same
Yeah.
kind of engagement that you do in your horseback and your spine stretch.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So it's okay if it doesn't lift off. There's
And then she
another.
said we could do it flat-handed, but
I
that's
don't
even
think that
harder.
works. Yeah, I was taught with your fists because you can really, you've got the wrist in a happier position. This way is very wristy and you're already lower than when you're here.
I can't lift up. That's
Now,
good.
take your hands outside of you, and I'll use y'all's mat so I can get into it. Legs are together. So you know your tendon stretch on the reformer? So think the same thing. You're gonna push up into your arms. Now, take your heels and drag them forward, trying to take your hips back.
All right, I'll try.
Even if you don't, it's okay. And look at you.
Okay.
So it's that same kind of scoop through there.
And then,
So we did control balance, we did saw, corkscrew, which now you know that little crossover of Kathy Grant, crossover
Gosh.
1. And that goes to TikTok, that goes to your one like circle. Hip twist, yeah. So when you're hip twist, even though you're up, right? You're up. Still think of 11 comes and 10, then 9, and then you go around, and the same. Sorry, Janine. And then the same thing. You're coming from up here all the way back down.
yeah, that's gonna help me because I just kind of go and not really understood what I was supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So there was one other thing that you and I were talking about. What was it?
You and Janine.
We were.
Here's the list, just so. So spine
I think
twist.
hip twist is always a good example of it doesn't have to be as big of a movement as I think it does.
Yeah, hip twist is
Try and make it
small.
big.
Yeah,
Actually,
hip twist is very small.
I think that's.
I know.
Crab, y'all wanted to go over crab.
Well, y'all say open up the hips, but I don't. I just switch. I don't ever move my hips. I'm like, I do a real small movement as opposed to opening up my hips. Because Christina cued me on that one day. She said, you're supposed to be opening.
Yeah, Tracy said the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you think you're here, right?
Uh-huh.
It's not this,
Which is what I'm doing.
it's from your hip.
Think about widening here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because,
So just pulling your feet.
Yeah. So it's just opening your hips.
so you move your hips, not just your feet. Is that better?
Yeah. Did that feel better? Different?
It felt different, but I feel like I'm out of control. I went back too far.
That's okay.
Okay. See, I just did it wrong that time.
I'm gonna make this closer.
That's better than.
I'll get better.
Yeah.
There you go, Lynette.
Yeah.
That's better.
And also think about this, right? Crab, we're kind of hanging back on the shoulders, right?
Yeah?
You're getting ready for control balance.
Okay.
So you're kind of on your shoulders, changing those legs, kind of balancing a bit and coming back.
Okay.
Balance there.
Yeah.
I'm
Now,
gonna try doing this.
the second part of it, right?
Got it? See if I keep
Yeah, so-
this motion.
A lot of times in my math class, we'll do that first, where we just sit here and we open and close, and then pull. And you know that.
Right now.
Yeah.
See, now I can feel that.
Yeah.
Now I feel it in my hips.
In your hips.
I can definitely feel it in my hips now.
Yeah.
Because before I just do this. I'm like, what the heck is that? And then Christine goes, open your hips. I'm like, I did, didn't I? No, you didn't. Okay.
So let's take a look at it. You don't have to do it,
Okay.
but the full version, right?
Okay.
So we did our neck pull. You did your rolling back, your ball, which is basically you're going forward part. It's also taking your rolling back into a full range.
Right.
where we haven't done that before. So if you think about, and I'm not going to do it on the floor, but as you come forward and you come, I'll use yours here. I'll just use yours. Step away. Okay. So you go back, you do your, and then when you're coming forward, I'll do it kind of slow. Think of your ball, right? So you're lifting up into your ball as you bring your head. Do your like little neck pull. You can lift your feet or not, and think you're again in your ball, rounded all the way back. So it's just taking your ball into a full range. That's all it is. But if you don't up and over, what happens is you come and all of a sudden you're like on your feet.
Yeah, and it hurts.
That's why it hurts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because people aren't lifting into their ball coming up
Yeah.
and over.
That's when I know I've done it correctly, because I don't feel it on my feet.
On your feet.
I just go up and over.
Yeah.
But when I'm tired, I feel it like, I'm done.
So Tracy, what notes did we not hit that you took? Because maybe they want to know what you saw.
In shoulder bridge, I think we should go to that just because it is the pressing
Of the
to get
arms?
up. Yeah, and feet really getting there to
Okay.
get up to where you need to get to be able to do.
Okay, shoulder bridge. And we'll use
And especially with the lengthening up to get
the lengthening of that. Okay. So we'll use our khaki grant again.
Okay.
We love khaki grant.
It is so helpful.
It is. So, feet are hip width apart, and they can be close to you. So this is what I want you to imagine. I want you to imagine that you're in a pool on a raft. Your feet are on the edge of the pool, but your body's on your raft. So, if you push into your head or push into your shoulders to get up, you're going to sink into the water. So what we need to do is really push into our feet to come up. So keep the back of the head where it is. You're looking straight ahead. Your arms are reaching long. Think of your feet on the side of the pool and push into your feet and take your hips and lift them up. Now stay there for a moment and think of reaching your knees further away and then come back down. Good. And then do that again, pushing into your feet. Good. And then all the way down. And both of y'all are doing really well, so we'll just do this, but actually y'all both are doing a perfect pelvic floor slant. But take your hands and just place them on your thighs. So you have space between your arm and your thigh. I want you to think of the same raft in the pool, and I want you to push up to where you feel your body connect to your arms, and that's it. And then go back down, your arms will just lengthen again, and do that again. Do that a few times and feel where you are in space when you press up and you feel your body fill into that slight position there. And then on the next one, go up, and you'll stay there. Pushing into your feet. Good. And then bring your arms to the mat. See if you can push into your feet a little more, take it a little higher. And then see if you can place your hands. Thumbs on the same side. Now, both feet should be flat. Lengthen your right leg on the floor. Push into the floor or the pool side. And then think of your keyhole leg as you kick and down. Think of your lovely hip twist by pushing into your elbows and keep pressing into the side of the pool and keep reaching your key into the lock and then switch sides. Again, push into the floor or the side of the pool. Keep pressing into your elbows. Keep pushing your foot into the key all the way up and all the way down. That looks better. So good.
So good. So good.
And then switch. Wow.
That was like night and day.
That was night and day from when I did it over there.
That's
Don't
awesome.
understand.
That was so good.
Beautiful.
That was awesome. How did that feel? Did it feel different?
Felt more in control.
Look, I've been doing it. No.
No, I mean, it was harder because it was the second time I did it. But no, I like the reference of pushing your knees away
Yeah, that's one of my favorite. Reaching the knees away.
and lifting from not here, but here.
Yeah, because it's different. And for people who are very flexible, our tendency is to push our shoulders into, like, kind of sink.
Gotcha.
That is what I do.
Yeah, it's because it's easy.
And another thing to do is, instead of slinging your leg, keep it in the keyhole means I have to completely watch it all the way up,
Makes you feel
all the way down.
And you are longer.
Instead of slinging.
Yeah. Because your leg was much longer.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got like 5 minutes before we kind of stretch you guys out. What else do you want to hit?
I'm good. I'm good. Is there something else you want or you guys
Did
think?
you see anything else?
Press up front maybe, but it's about like,
Press up front.
I know what I did today.
when you're in the,
Oh, leg pull.
leg pull front.
Leg pull. So,
Yeah,
This one?
yes.
what was it? The pushing the floor away?
Yeah, pushing the foot away. There's a tendency to sink a little bit when the leg comes up.
Oh, okay.
Or
Yeah,
instead
yeah,
of just
yeah.
a reach, because it's not just a leg lift, it's a
Yeah,
reach.
so think of it, let's
Think
do
about
it
coming
again.
through the
Think of your
chest.
kegel legs.
You know, this is,
Ooh, did we do kegel arms?
No.
Janine's like, oh gosh. So sit up, face me.
Oh.
So we did our keyhole leg, right?
oh, that'll help, yeah.
Okay. So it's the same thing. Take one arm and reach it forward. Janine does this. So your key is now here. And your shoulder is against the wall, but you're reaching and you're reaching. Think a really tight fist. I want you to go ahead, take your whole entire arm and rotate as far out as you possibly can, keeping your key in the lock. And then keep it in the lock and rotate all the way in as much as you possibly can. And then one more time, the whole entire arm goes all the way out, staying in that key. And then all the way in. Now comes a really fun, funky one. All the way out. Rotate all the way out. Now, take your hand and place it on the top bicep part. Keep that rotated out. Only rotate the lower part of your arm wherever you can without changing the external of the top. And just internally, keep the external rotation on the top. It may not be a big movement. And then rest. All the arms. So remember, each arm's different. Lock the key in the lock. Rotate.
It's back, right?
all the way. Yeah, I don't want you to like do this, but it's not like this. Yeah. You're just sitting tall, rotating in and out where you can. And think, don't let the wrist move ahead of the forearm or the other arm. It stays the same because you got to keep your key in the lock. Now rotate all the way out. You can use your hand again. And then you're just rotating the bottom part of your arm where you can without changing the top. Keep pushing into the lock. And then rest.
It's work.
So, I don't know if either one of you did. I know you probably don't anymore because we've worked on keyhole arms, but when you're in your like push up or your leg pull front, if I want to be in my happy place, see this arm? That's in a really bad position. So I'm going to keep that external and I'm going to move in a little bit with my upper and my lower so that all of a sudden I feel my upper back go, I'm working. If I'm here, I feel like I'm sinking.
Yeah, that's what I feel like.
Yeah. So just get into it and let's see where we are.
Okay, because I absolutely feel
Have your
that.
arms this way. so I can see. And just go up in your like full front position and just hold there. That's more of this right here. So think you're externally rotated on the upper. And then think of your elbows and just kind of rotate in a little bit without losing the top. And see the difference you feel in your upper back.
I feel it.
You feel that?
Totally stronger.
Totally. Now you're more and strong. Now try to keep that. And think of your keyhole leg on the right leg and just lengthen, pushing it into your keyhole behind. And then lower. And just think of it as a reach, but keep your keyhole arms. Yes. So it's more work.
Beautiful.
But you're stronger in that upper and the push away of the floor and you can rest. Different, yes?
Oh my gosh.
And that's with your push-up, your long stretch, your down stretch, anything with your arms, just, because I have to work at it, like I'm holding on to the reformer. I have to work at not being like this. I have to work at keeping that keyhole arm.
An elephant is much easier to do 50-50 when you have that connection.
Yeah, but the long stretch is more of a...
Yeah, because it's easy to want to sink into it. Especially it's at the end of the mat, like Janine was saying.
Yeah.
So you tend to kind of go, just get it over with.
Yeah.
Kick my leg, kick my leg, kick my leg.
Yeah.
Which is why, if you do mat properly, 3 to 4 or something, you're like, oh my God, I'm dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly true.
Yeah.
Because somebody didn't like the leg thing, so I'm just like, ooh, look at that.
Which I had a student the other day, a client who's new to me, and she's from New York, and she said, oh, I like that you don't do a whole lot of reps. I used to do a whole bunch of reps. Yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, we don't do a whole lot of reps. But she is like, she's working. But she was used to like doing a whole bunch of reps. And but it takes 3. That's why you can do math so quick, because these two know it. So you're not having to give a lot. So you can move. They move fast.
Yeah, we move fast.
All right, are you ready for your back rows?
Yes. Sign me up.
Okay.